Fuck, I can't even remember how it starts now because I'm thinking of all the other things that happen in the middle. Friends go to a cabin. Everyone's pissed off at the one guy because he hasn't been around in a while. And by everyone, I mean hipster guy. I liked him. You go there and he's got his girlfriend and they're talking and obviously they haven't seen each other in a while. And then you find out that his sister's a drug addict and they're there to help her get over the drugs. And she's pissed off. Like him. Yeah, the whole premise is like, hey, we're gonna keep her here all night because she's a drug addict. And because she's a drug addict, we're gonna keep her here all night and then we'll start seeing
I like that.
crazy shit.
I did like that in a movie that, and a setup that, and Cabin in the Woods dealt with this perfectly. But like, you know, where in these types of movies where people make decisions that everyone in the audience goes,
what?
Why the fuck are you making that decision?
Yep.
And there are those in this movie. There's a lot of them, but they have a good explanation for why they don't leave right away.
Yeah.
Because when the heroin addict is going through withdrawal and starts seeing things in the woods and claiming, you know, she got raped by trees.
It's drugs.
It's the
withdrawal.
drugs, and they know that she wants to leave, so they're blaming on the withdrawal and her desire to escape. Which is good. What doesn't work is when you have a character vomit
Blood?
like their entire body supply of blood onto somebody's face,
that was my favorite.
and then the fucking med school student's reaction is...
She's psychotic.
She's psychotic.
Really? She's psychotic? Does that happen often?
Does that...
that a
I'm
side
not
effect of
too
psychosis?
familiar with heroin withdrawal, but one would think something might be up. Not to mention, when it happens, she screams, all the windows blow in with wind.
And before she collapses, she says, all of you guys are gonna die tonight, in an echoey, creepy, I'm a demon now voice.
There was another one, too, where, like, after that one girl, Olivia, cuts her, like, fucking jaw open
Just
with
because.
glass, cuts her tongue out, which leads to the best pun in the movie that nobody got.
It was.
The guy who finds her, when he goes to run away, he steps on her tongue and falls, and it was a slip of the tongue.
I
loved it.
I didn't get it, and then he said it, and I was happy.
Yeah, that's what I'm there for, picking up the puns.
I was too busy being scared
but
that
yeah,
someone
she,
was
like,
gonna jump at me.
cuts her fucking jaw open.
Just because.
And what did the guy say? He was like...
He's like, at first he's like, are you okay? And then she turns around, and then he was just like... I think he just screamed in a really funny...
No, not that. Like, after that happened...
Oh.
Long-haired glasses guy went back to meet with main brother guy.
Mm-hmm.
And main brother guy was like, it's just the withdrawal, you know? It's just like, she's crazy. It's just the drugs or something like that.
Oh, no.
And he said, what kind of drug or addict?
Yeah, no, he was
Oh,
like,
an
it's
infection!
virus.
It's a virus!
What if it's just some kind of virus that, like, when she vomited on her, it transferred? And he was like, I don't know what kind of virus makes people cut their face open. I was like, hey, look at that. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, which is weird, because he was the one who read from the book.
I was so mad at him. Big red letter says,
Do not read!
And they scratched out all the things that would have made the bad stuff happen. So he took a piece of paper, and then he did the whole trick with, like, the shadowing it to see what it's underneath it, and then reads it as he goes. It was like it's scratched out. Big letter says, don't read in this leather-bound, creepy old book.
Books that have pictures of things that have happened already.
Yeah, of, like, creepy things happening, of, like, people dying and getting, like, raped by trees. And then he's like, oh, this is a good idea. I'm gonna read this. This is a good idea.
Yeah.
I liked how they had the whole, like, going through the trees stuff. Because I remember that from Evil Dead 2. I was like, hey, throwback.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I liked all the throwbacks. There were tons of them. The car, they have the old shitty Ash's cars, like, piled over there. They've got the shotgun. They've got the chainsaw twice.
The chainsaw was good. They had the chains over the...
They had the chains over the door. They had the necklace from Evil Dead 2. They even opened with, I'm pretty sure, the original, like, piano musical score from Evil Dead 2 as well. There were lots of good little references there. I love the practical effects. I like that even though I knew who was going to live, it had me questioning at times. Like, I was like, did I maybe there was a joke article I
Yeah.
read. Like, I don't think the person who lives is the one who lives, I'm pretty sure. But they kind of switched it
I
around.
didn't know anything about it. So.
Yeah, I thought the acting overall was
Decent?
but once again,
I like Blonde Girl.
I don't. No one in it had the charisma to really. That I was really rooting for them, or the emotional impact that I should have had for it. You know, like when someone sacrifices themselves to save someone they love, or when someone has someone they love die in their arms.
Yeah.
You should feel something in a good horror movie, and don't say just well it's a horror movie. That's not happening. Like no, in a good horror movie that happens.
Yeah.
And I just didn't really feel that, and
I didn't either.
I mean, the first Evil Dead doesn't have the most professional actors of all time either, but it has Bruce Campbell, and Bruce Campbell has
Gives it what he got.
he's got a ton of charisma, and he's just so great, that Bruce Campbell. Not that it's fair to be like, I didn't like it, it didn't have Bruce Campbell, but
I just remembered something that
What?
made me angry.
what made you angry?
Are we gonna talk about the fact where it's like, okay, so the girl, first of all, the guy gets stabbed with the glass, so they have to take him somewhere to get it fixed, which they use duct tape for. I was like,
I
yeah,
like that.
That was great. I was like, of course you're gonna use duct tape. That
Duct tape.
fixes everything.
Your arm, you cut off your own arm with a turkey cutter.
Duct tape!
Duct tape
Solves
that shit up.
everything.
That was great.
It was. I liked that.
Yeah.
But that's not what made me mad.
Okay.
What made me mad was he was like, hey, girlfriend, go into the house with all the Evil Dead things by yourself with no weapons. I'm not going to help you. You can just go alone to get this guy some sugar water. Alone.
Yeah, well, that was fair for 2 points. Number one, it was the gas being emitted from the walls that subconsciously made him send her go away. And also, his friend was an alien cockroach inhabiting the body and severely needed that sugar water.
Did you just reference Cabin in the Woods and Men in Black?
I might have.
No, not fair. I would never. If a guy asked me to go back into that house alone, I would look at him and say, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah, but he was her boyfriend, so
I don't give
he
a
owned
shit.
her.
Oh no! If it was my boyfriend, I'd be like, "You're gonna send me into that house by myself? Fuck you! Not happening." I can't even hardly go into a dark room that has nothing in it by myself. If I knew there was shit there, not going.
Yeah.
As if he
Well,
would
there are
even...
millions of stupid moments like that. Like, you know, the only thing that kills them is dismemberment, burying them alive, which will bring them back, or cutting them into pieces. And then
No. You said dismemberment already.
oh,
Dismemberment, burying them in
and
fire.
burning them. And then, you know, someone dies and you don't do any of those things. I wonder if they'll come back.
Oh, it's
I'm surprised the dog didn't come back. I was really expecting an Evil Dead dog.
Animals are usually
No, that's
exempt depending on the movie.
yeah. This one also has like a big, powerful entity, like main demon, which the other ones didn't really have.
Yeah.
Which leads to like its manifestation of the ultimate evil, which is really not that intimidating or different
It
from
looked
anything
exactly the same.
else. Well, it was
like,
her, but
yeah.
like it was just like didn't really add much to it.
No.
And I didn't like the one-liners, which is weird because I love one-liners, but I
You have
just
to have
feel like
good one-liners, though.
yeah, and you have to have the right person delivering them, right? And
Yeah.
it's just yeah.
I also, on this tangent still making me mad, when she goes back into the house by herself, and then the door thing opens, and Mia's sitting at the end of the stairs, and she's like, "Oh, I'm in pain, I'm scared, come help me," and she goes into the basement?
Yeah, well, you know what? She's a good person who wanted to help a friend. That shit always happens,
Yeah,
right?
I know, but it's like,
it's
I'm a
dumb,
good
but there
person
was
who
a
wanna
lot
help
of
my
it.
friend, and I wouldn't do it.
I know.
I'd be like, "Hey, Cheyenne, you're at the bottom of this pit. Sucks for you. You're not you. Are you?" I'd be like, "Are you okay?" "No." "Okay, I'm gone now. Not staying. It's fine." I wouldn't do it. I'm
Yeah,
just-
well, no, never mind.
Oh, what?
I was just gonna say after like she'd be like, "Oh fuck, I'm in this pit surrounded by evil dead, possessed by a demon." But I mean, my husband wants to be a woman, so what the
Oh
fuck?
my God.